expect encouraged by. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of
Focal TV, bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Tobo.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, K. Lyndon Toba. My name is Gbefina Nkorishpa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC, CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we break it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Liberia and that of the diaspora community. My name is Kay Lincoln Chopper, and this is how I choose to pleasantly welcome you to today's November 2023 edition of the program Inside the Print Media. Well, I'm very much privileged to be seated in the driving seat to bring you information pertaining to our country, Mama Liberia, and the world at large. Before we read, we will just take a short break. When we come back, we begin reading all of the major stories from the various newspapers we have within our possession. So keep sharing the live video, keep sharing the live video, invite others to be informed about Liberia and many of the developments that are taking place in other parts of the world. So let's take a short break before we resume. I will begin giving you the headlines of the various newspapers as well as the details of those newspapers. Let's take a short break.
Hello dear, my name is Kay Lyndon Toba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world at large.
Hello, Kay Lyndon Toba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Topo Village community along the Japanese Highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I really get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC, CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
because this program is very informative, educative, and it keeps you informed about the major happenings in Mama Liberia and sometimes the war at large. So we are here again to give you all of the major stories that are the trending news stories from the various newspaper. So for today we have varieties of newspapers in our possession. We have the Daily Observer newspaper, we have the New Dawn newspaper, we have the Front Page Africa newspaper. We are very sorry that we cannot bring you the Hot Pepper newspaper because of some delay, but howbeit we will give you all of the major headlines and those of the trending informations from all of those newspapers I just made mention of. So let's run strictly over to the Daily Observer newspaper. President-elect Bouaka pleas for national unity. That is from the Daily Observer newspaper. President-elect Bouaka pleas for national unity. So let's get back to the other headlines. Major Koji better over Bouaka's win. Major Koji better over Bouaka's win. That story can also be found within the Daily Observer newspaper. Let's run straight to the New Dawn newspaper. South Korea donates 10 vehicles to Liberia. South Korea donates 10 vehicles to Liberia. Wow. U.S. congratulates Bouaka and commends Weah. U.S. congratulates Bouaka and commends Weah. So that is the United States. The United States has congratulated Joseph Bouaka and also thanked President Weah for graciously accepting defeat to former Vice President Joseph Bouaka. Let's go over the Front Page Africa newspaper. World Bank suspends Liberia access to loan over failure to meet its debt payment obligations. World Bank suspends Liberia access to loan over failure to meet its debt payment obligation. Wow, that is very, very disappointing for Liberia. That is very, very disappointing for Liberia. Let's get back. Senator Prince Johnson demands post challenges to President-elect Joe Bouaka administration. Wow. Senator Prince Johnson demands post challenges for President-elect Bouaka's administration. So we are very sorry. We said we made a mistake. Senator Prince Johnson demands post challenges for President-elect Joe Bouaka's administration. So these are all of the trending stories about Liberia. These are all of the trending stories about Liberia. Let's take a very short break. We will resume. We will begin giving you the full details from the various newspaper that was just read to you.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV. With check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV. Bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV. The best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Tobo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal.
Headlines again. Thanks for rejoining us. President-elect Bouaka pleas for national unity. Bouaka pleas for national unity. I call on all Liberians to join hands to explore the full potential of our country of promise. Bouaka said in his address to the nation yesterday. President-elect Joe Bouaka is pleading for national unity, saying collaborative efforts are needed to realize the full potential of the country, which is full of promise. Bouaka, in his first speech since he was announced the winner of the November 14 runoff election, has been under pressure to form a government of national unity to the closeness of the elections, which has won by less than 2% margin, prevailing with 50.64% against incumbent George Weah, who received 49.36%. I call on all Liberians to join hands to exploit the full potential of our country of promise. Like I said in his address to the nation yesterday, we must join in the transformation that will lift our people from the many economic and social inequalities and injustice they have been subjected to for many years. While acknowledging the intensity of the electoral battle, Waka emphasizes the need for Liberians not to allow politics to define the country, but rather the collective desire for a better Liberia, which he believes future generations deserve. He adds, "But we are very sorry. Let's get the story from this side." He adds, while acknowledging the intensity of the electoral battle, Waka emphasizes the need for Liberians not to allow politics to define the country, but rather the collective desire for a country which he believes future generations deserve. He adds that he is prepared to confront the challenges of rebuilding the country head on, ensuring an equitable future for all Liberians. The president-elect attributes Liberia's struggle not to poverty, but to pervasive issues of bad leadership across various sectors, promising to address and rectify economic, social, and political disparity. There are no green Liberians or blue Liberians, Western Liberians or Southeastern Liberians, Northern Central Liberians or Southern Liberians. There is only one Liberia, citizen of the oldest republic in Africa. All of us have won, like I said. What has happened in our democracy over the last 4 days is a win for Liberia and will be a legacy for us as people, mark a prosperity for forever. We will no longer be known for war, but for the peace that has prevailed in our country. I promise to extend development across this country, including building the roads of our beautiful region of southeastern Liberia, which for many years has suffered the fate of rural neglect. So I implore all Liberians, irrespective of their ethnic background, religion, and political party affiliation, to join us on this journey to rescue our country. According to Blackett, he will lead by example, and his administration could benefit all Liberians, stating that the state could be no longer used as a predatory tool by and for a feud of the for a feud to the deterrent of the majority of the people. He adds that the administration will promote broad participation of the people, which will include Liberians in rural communities in the country's decision-making process. The president-elect that his election was a clear message from the people of Liberia for the need for a responsible and accountable government, which he says will establish as well as address the major problems of corruption in government. I promise to lead by example. I promise a Liberia that will benefit all Liberian blacker eyes. The Liberian state will no longer be used as a predatory tool by and for a few to the detriment of the majority of the people. You, the people of Liberia, have spoken and words an attitude to express my gratitude to you. You have placed your trust in me and to lead with demand for the things you want. And that change begins now, he said. The just ended elections according to the president-elect, were a watershed moment in the history of Liberia as it demonstrated the power of the Liberian people and their commitment to the democratic process. He added that the elections also show the progress Liberia has made since the end of the war to maintain our peace while consolidating the foundations of multi-party democracy. We have signed that the region and the world are like that we will be great example of the working democracies that many will emulate. We must therefore embrace each other, be magnanimous in victory and gracious in defeat. Politics should not define us, he said. What should define us is our collective resolve to transform Liberia, our country, for the good of everyone, including future generations. The president-elect, however, disclosed that in the coming days, he is expected to announce the members of the team who will work with the outgoing government for a smooth and peaceful transitions. Waka added that part of his teamwork will include assessing the current state of the affairs, determine the necessary action to respond challenges, building on any progress and preventing any disruption to a smooth and successful transition. The president-elect position comes as the outgoing administration has issued an executive order establishing a joint presidential transitional team to ensure a smooth transfer of power. The president and president-elect, according to the executive order, are expected to co-chair the team, which exclude officials of the outgoing and the incoming administration. This is how we move over to another headlines and news in details from the very Daily Observer newspaper. Major Koji Beta over Bwaka's win. Major Koji Beta's over Bwaka win. Jefferson Koji, the Secretary General of the outgoing ruling Democratic Change, has accused the opposition Unity Party of stealing the November 14 run election. We are not here to bring war, unlike Bwaka, who threatened us to end the country if he does not win the election. Koji, the mayor of City Monrovia, said in an address at the party headquarters on November 22nd. The CDC maintains that these elections are not won but stolen. He added, even though President Weah, our standard bearer, has considered defeat before the election was announced, Koji accusation made without any evidence comes as Weah has considered defeat earlier than expected when it became clear that he could not win the runoff election. The president eventually lost the elections, gathering 793,914 votes, constituting 49.36%, while Bwaka received 814,481 votes, constituting 50.64%. In his address to the party supporters, Koji noted that the outgoing ruling party have no intention to taking part in any government formed by the opposition Unity Party, which he say is less than 1%. The president individual magnanimity, according to Koji, is sufficient for the Unity Party, which he says stands in contrast to President-elect Jules Bwaka's statement, who had in the past claimed that if CDC had manipulated the pool, Liberia could have ended. He claimed that records show that the outgoing ruling party remains the true definition of peace and democracy in the country, while the Unity Party is not, as they are on record for threatening the country's peace while campaigning for the presidency. Contrary to Koji's understandings of Bwaka, it was the same Bwaka who have lost the runoff in 2017 declared that he could do nothing to cause harm and bloodshed to Liberia. Those who accepted the result, albeit using the legal process to convey any claims the Unity Party had of electoral impropriety. Meanwhile, Koji has debunked his involvement in the sad incident that occurred at the headquarters of the Unity Party on Monday. In the night hours of November 20, a vehicle rammed among jubilant partisans of the Unity Party at its headquarters in Monrovia, leaving at least 3 dead and several others injured. He outlined many false allegations leveled against his character in the past by members of the opposition community without a single evidence shown to justify these malicious claims. Koji wonders as the rationale behind those allegations by some unscrupulous individuals as a result of political reasons. Koji indicated that those who usually make records against his personality are yet to be rebuked due to the political alignment with the accusers. They believe that in the gatekeeper and they must get him. But if they can't get him, they must malign his character, he said. We, however, condemn his said accident at the headquarters on the ground that no person's life deserves to be taken away, but maintains that the fight must be exposed. Koji questions the involvement of Gregory Coleman, Ibrahim Kurman, and Sam Gay in investigating the perpetrator when they are not in authority. Koji also noted that the evil thinkers are also evildoers, accusing the Unity Party of endangering its own partisans. Koji has, however, expressed grave concern over the involvement of those top officials of the former Unity Party regime in the presence of the Liberian security sector. The Unity Party has yet to give any official response, even though they were contacted. This is how we move over to the New Dawn newspaper. South Korea donates 10 vehicles to Liberia. In a generous gesture, the government of the Republic of South Korea, through its embassies in Monrovia, has presented 10 brand new vehicles to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs during the official presentation on Wednesday, November 22nd. South Korea Ambassador Extraordinary to Europe Kim Young-chae highlighted the extensive discussion that led to the decision to donate the vehicles, emphasizing the importance of enhancing the ministry operational efficiency. Ambassador Kim Young-chae expressed his government's commitment to contributing to various sectors of the Liberian society, with specific focus on agriculture and technology. We received the vehicles. Foreign Minister D. Mazukemia expressed gratitude to the Korean government for their generous donation and pledged to allocate the vehicles, strategically incorporating them into various initiatives for the upcoming leadership. Addressing recent report of raising vehicles of the ministry, Minister Kemia refuted such claims, denouncing them as false misleading. He has shown his unwavering commitment to safeguard all ministry properties and ensure a smooth turnover to the new leadership during this farewell program. In the broader context, Minister Kemia praised incumbent President George Weah for accepting the election result, describing these actions as patriotic. He highlighted President Weah's acceptance and congratulatory message to President-elect Joseph Boakai as a testament to a dynamism of democracy in Liberia. In closing, Minister Kemia urged Liberian politicians to consistently emulate President Weah's positive example for the betterment of the country and its people. This is how we move over to another headlines. U.S. congratulates Boakai, commends Weah. The United States Embassy in Monrovia has congratulated President Joseph M. Boakai and extended messages of commendation to President Weah for conceding graciously. In a statement issued by the U.S. Embassy Chargé d'Affaires Secretary Rodriguez on Wednesday, November 21, she urged Liberians to join President Weah and accept the result as of the November 14 presidential election peacefully. The Chargé d'Affaires Rodriguez noted that the runoff and the October 10 elections were a success, adding that it further consolidates Liberia's post-war democratic gains and cementing its position as a beacon of democratic self-governance in Africa. The U.S. diplomat further that reports by independent and international domestic observers deployed across nearly every polling places in the country attest to the success of the elections. They have all praised the overall transparency and credibility of the elections process. Many people and institutions deserve credit for this historic achievement by Liberia. They include ordinary Liberians who stood patiently and peacefully in lines across the country to vote for their national leaders. They also include the various candidate political parties, civil society, and the media organizations who played an important role in ensuring a peaceful election process was conducted. Our very special congratulations go to NEC for independently organizing the elections under the intense pressure and facing daunting challenges, she said. The statement also recognized net workers who brave difficult rules and travel a long distances to make sure voting materials were available at 5,890 polling places across Liberia in time for voters to cast their votes. They spent long hours counting ballots and calmly resolved something heated at tallying center. Patiently explained the process to the party's representative. She explained Shaz Asif Defed Redugas in commenting NEC opined that the daily press conferences held by NEC commissions were made a model of transparency. Commissioner provided timely elections results to the public and forthrightly responded to questions from the media. They took quick actions to address legitimate complaints about the integrity of the elections, ordering revotes and recount when necessary. The NEC performance is even more remarkable and deserve our special commendations because the 2023 elections were the first conducted since the end of the Civil War without any direct financial support from the international community. Liberians should be proud of themselves for peacefully turning out to vote. They should also be proud of NEC for meeting the challenge and independently executing its mandate to administer an election process that accurately reflects the will of the people, she concluded. This is how we will entertain a very short break, and afterward we will go over to the Front Page Africa newspaper for the remaining of the news there.
Hello dear, my name is K. Lyndon Togba. I'm in search of a platform where I can get credible information of our daily happenings in Liberia and the world life.
Hello, K. Lyndon Togba. My name is Greg Courage Pa. Haven't you heard about Focal Online TV?
You say Focal Online TV?
Focal Online TV is located within a Tobo village community along the Japanese highway.
Tell me more about the platform.
This platform, called Focal Online TV Daily Edition of Inside the Print Media, does not encourage any form of dialogue between the viewers and the presenters.
Oh, you mean nobody calling there?
No, you can't call on a show. Let me talking out like when we're no calling there. So all you can do is you will listen to the news, and they can also encourage you to buy the newspaper to listen to the news in details.
But do you do viewer recognition at times?
Oh yes, we do viewer recognition. When you are watching, we notify you, and sometimes we even appreciate you on a show, telling you thank you for always following us. We also encourage you to share the live stream, because the more you share the live stream, we transform and we transition ourselves as a broadcast team as well.
Wow. So when can I better get this program you are talking about?
This program is aired every Monday to Friday at 10 a.m. to 10:45. The program runs for 45 minutes.
Wow.
And guess what?
What?
We bring you hot stories of our trending situation within our country, Liberia. Imagine hearing stories from Hot Pepper newspaper, from the Daily Observer newspaper, from Front Page Africa. Are you a lover of Front Page Africa?
Oh yes, I'm a lover of
Front Page Africa, and the Women Voices, and a lot more. Not forgetting international news, BBC,
wow.
CNN, ABC News. We bring you headlines from those standpoints.
Wow, that is very, very, very amazing.
So we say, join us every day on the daily edition of Inside the Print Media at 10 a.m. with the headlines of top stories in our country and the world at large on Focal Online TV.
Liberia. Let us go straight to Front Page Africa newspaper, where we have two important stories that needs to be read to you. World Bank suspends Liberia access to loan over failure to meet its debt payment obligations. Liberia faces a setback as the World Bank suspends its access to unwithdrawn loans due to the George Weah administration failure to service previously disbursed loans, making a significant developments in the country's financial landscape. The decision to suspend Liberia's access to these loans were conveyed in a letter from Usman Odininga, Vice President of the Western and Central Africa region at the World Bank. This action comes in response to the Weah's administration's inability to meet its debt payment obligation with the bank. The Ghanaian communication cited the bank's prior notification to Finance Minister Samuel Tuohy on October 31st, 2023 regarding their intent to suspend withdrawal without effective but unwithdrawn international development financing project preparation facility advances and institutional development fund grants. Additionally, this suspension extends to certain grants and loans funded on trust funds administered by the bank, potentially impacting projects within Liberia. As of November 15, Liberia right to further withdraw from the disbursing loans and specific trust fund grants and loans has been temporarily halted. However, the bank noted that exemption exists for withdrawal applications submitted on or before 90 days after the suspension date, covering payments to suppliers and contractors for services carried out within 60 days post-suspension. Likewise, payment requests from the commercial bank holding special commitment issued by the bank before the suspension date are exempted from this suspension, said the bank. With utmost regret, we inform you that pursuant to the general condition or standard condition, as the case may be, as defined in the agreement providing for the respective disbursing loan, application to each of the disbursing loan, the bank as 12:01 a.m. Washington, D.C. time, November 15, 2023, the right of the respective borrower, therefore, to make any withdrawal of the unwithdrawn amount on the disbursing loan, right to the respective recipient thereof to make any further withdrawal of the withdrawn amount from the following trust banks, loans, and disbursing collectively to the suspended loan. During this suspension process, the bank stated that no disbursement would be made to the designated account of the suspended loan, while application for eligible expenditure must continue to be submitted to the bank. The bank will consider direct payment or disbursement only after confirming the designated account balances are utilized for exempted item expenditure. The World Bank will continue withdrawing from the loans account of relevant suspended loan to pay amount requested by commercial banks and other key institutions. All other restrictions apply to payments overdue by 45 days will persist until Liberians and other borrowers become current on all payments owed on the loan, including those overdue by 30 days or more, the bank said. Expressing regret for the necessity of this action, the World Bank emphasized that the suspension hinges on settling all outstanding payment. A swift resolution is hoped for aiming to resume withdrawal and support crucial operations in Liberia. Contractors and suppliers under bank finance contract have been urged to acknowledge its suspension as it holds significant implication for ongoing and future projects in Liberia, potentially affecting the country's economic development. The World Bank decision underscores its commitment to financial discipline in members' countries fulfilling their obligation. As Liberia endeavors to resolve outstanding payment, the international community will closely monitor development, recognizing the cooperative effort needed for sustainable development goals. Not a good start for Bouaka. Meanwhile, this suspension comes as Liberia is expected to usher in a new government led by President-elect Joseph Boakai following victory over incumbent George Weah in the just ended presidential run-off election. The new administration will need to support the World Bank to continue the implementation of these important projects that are being affected, including the Southeastern Corridor Road Project, smallholders guarantees, and agribusiness urban water supply project, rural economic transformation project, regional emergency power intervention, improving results in secondary education, Cheesemanburg landfill and urban sanitation project, and the Liberia forest sector project. With this being said, this is how we move over to another headlines on the front page African newspaper. Senator Prince Johnson demand pose challenges for President-elect Boakai's administration. Trumpeting the massive role played in the recent elections of former Vice President Joseph Boakai of the Unity Party, warlord turned politician Senator Prince Johnson is reported making excessive demand for major positions in the administration. From which Africa has learned that Senator Prince Johnson, one of the most feared warlords of the Civil War, has in his sight set on the Liberia's Maritime Authority, the Liberia Telecommunications Authority, the Liberia Electricity Corporation, and the National Security Agency, among others. The influencers in Nimba. This is however not a new phenomenon with Senator Prince Johnson. The Nimba County Senator prides himself as the kingmaker in Liberia's election. He was instrumental in helping former Ellen Johnson Sirleaf secure a second round in a run-off election after going neck to neck with George Weah in 2011. In fact, in that election, Weah opted to go as running mate to Councillor Winston Tubman, who was invited to the U.S. Congress of Democratic, who invited to the Congress of Democratic Change. For the run-off election, the Sirleaf Boakai ticket of the Unity Party obtained 18,396 votes, representing 96.73% in Nimba after Senator Prince Johnson's support was capitulated her to the presidency for a second term. Tubman Weah got 2,287 votes, representing 3.27% in Nimba. In 2017 election, Senator Prince Johnson opted to support President Weah in the run-up election. Weah's main contender was former Vice President Joseph Boakai, who was the sitting vice president at the time. Johnson contested the first round in the elections and came fourth place with 127,666 votes, representing 8.22% of the total votes. Overall, 98% of the Senator Johnson votes in the first round were from Nimba. In the first round, Senator Johnson pledged his support to Weah and rallied the people of Nimba to vote Weah. In the run-off election, Weah obtained 73,434 votes after Senator Johnson's support, while Boakai got 55,083 votes, representing 42.86%. Paying the devil price. This victories he helped Weah got in 2017 came with a very heavy cost, demanding that priority be given to Nimbadians in his cabinet, that he, Senator Johnson, could make recommendations to those appointments. Senator Johnson also accused the Weah-led administration of refusing to release the country's development fund paid by ArcelorMittal. Weah, apparently wary of Senator Prince Johnson's demand in 2022, decided not to bow into any more demand for Nimba County Senator. During a sermon in June this year, President Weah, while on his pulpit at the Popular Family Fellowship, labeled Senator Prince Johnson as a black mayor. He said, "If you do not want to work with us, get on the side. We have other people. You are manipulating people every day. Give them this and give them that." Are you infallible? Are you not working with you again? We are not working with you again. Sorry. We can go anywhere with you you want to go. Ultimately, letting go of Senator Prince Johnson and his cause via re-election has Senator Prince Johnson support his arch rival, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Brakas saw him 74.14 of the votes in Nimba in run-up election. Brakas Vice President-elect Senator Jermichael is a member of Senator Prince Johnson Movement for Democratic Reconstruction. Senator Johnson pressures on WIA have made even more evident by the United States government of Treasury sanction on him, which sanctioned the senator for being involved in a pay-for-play funding with the government ministry and organization for personal enrichment. With this being said, this is how we choose to call it a day on today's broadcast of the news presentation. We are very sorry for the quality of our voice. We are very, very sorry for the quality of our voice. Please bear with us. So, thanks to all of you who have been closely following, monitoring our broadcast. This is how we choose to end a day